Finally! Jeez, that took forever. Sorry about that. The problem was it wanted to start a web stream, and I didn't quite realize that. And I'm going, why does it keep doing the default stuff when I fire up my encoder software instead of doing the stream I wanted to do? But apparently you can't change it once you get it set up, so I had to make a new one. All right, so let's get me going here. Do a little refresh on my tablet, hopefully. Come on. I tell you, technology. All right, let's see here. Where am I at? View channel. This isn't my normal way to view chat, but I figured I'd do it on my laptop or little tablet here. All right, take two. There we go. Tablet here. Take two. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Chat. Test. 1, 2, 3. Send. Okay, that seems to be working. Cool. All right. Yeah, might take a little while for somebody to find me, but that's okay. All right. That looks pretty good. Not great. That's okay. Suppose I could leave it playing in the background. That might be a little confusing. All right. But let's get started. So let's see, where do I got the camera set up? We got a camera set up here. I think we'll be pretty good there. We'll get started cleaning cars and see if anybody joins me in chat. All right. Can you see that? That looks pretty good. Wish I had better view of stuff, but yeah, last minute stuff, what do you expect? All right. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. We will get started on this guy right here. Still, oh, that's why I'm getting a slow live view. All right, let's see here. Let's go over to my streaming software. It's been a while since I've done this. There we are. Yeah, I can see that much better now. Don't have to worry about lag. Just using some naphtha solvent here, and we'll get cleaning. And we'll get my cheater visors here so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see here. 5, we don't want that much magnification. Gonna go with these guys. These guys are great, especially as you get older. All right, let's see here. Oh, we got somebody. Scott Rails. Hello, Jeremy. How's your day going? Welcome. Thanks for coming. It's going much better now that I figured out the streaming software. Well, let's see. Looks like New Year's is probably when I last streamed. Maybe it was last year even. I don't even remember. But it's been a while since I streamed, and the YouTube software has changed enough to where when I saved that last stream, that first stream, it wanted to do a webcam, and I didn't catch that. So it's like, oh, allow access to your webcam. It's like, well, I'm using streaming software. But hey, other than that, we're doing great. Had some great day yesterday. Got rid of some yard waste, some branches and stuff, used a neighbor's trailer, and that was cool. How about you? How are you doing? What you been working on? I love hearing about projects. So right now we're just cleaning up this guy. This will be in a future video. 8644 Santa Fe, and we'll be doing the cars and stuff too. So making a second video about that, a little more detailed video. Video this week is going to be the diesel set, so that'll be cool. All right. Thank you very much for coming in, by the way. Appreciate it. I just gonna do some, cleaning some cars and stuff, and it's like, why not? Let's do a little live stream and chat it up a little bit. All right, let's see here. Just back from another train show, Woodstock, Canada. Sweet. So I have even more projects in my future. Nice. You're like me. You like to buy projects. That's great. That's great. Did you buy anything cool? Or are you gonna? I apologize. I'm not sure if you have a YouTube channel or not, but hey, I love hearing about projects. So this little guy really surprised me how good a runner this thing is. I didn't expect it. This is from like 1997, just a starter set engine, but with smoke. Works really good. All right, let's see here. Looking pretty good. This shouldn't take me too long. Not sure how long I'll stream, but just hanging out here in the basement. All right, that looks pretty good. Very good. Stream's looking good. Got some blinky lights going on in the background. That's good. Sucker for blinky lights. Alright, let's see here. I'll be making my video haul today, upload for tomorrow. It's cool, thanks. Let me head over to my other computer here. See if I can do this. Can I open you in another window? I cannot. Okay, so I'm going over here. Scott Rails. Let's see here. Let's open up a new window. YouTube. Scott Rails. Let's spell it correctly. Same with gloves on. Alright. There is your channel. Nice. Subscribed. So, I'll certainly take a look at that video. Glenn Mead, welcome, welcome. Hopefully your day is going good. Alright. Let's see, that looks good. I want a different view. I'm still kind of getting back into streaming. I've done it, you know, a fair amount with pinball and stuff, a little bit with trains every now and then, but it's been a while since I've done it last, so we're still learning some new stuff. Of course, they changed the software up, so that led to a little confusion in the software because it wouldn't let me start the stream. It wanted to use a webcam connected to my computer, and it's like, no, I'm streaming software. But hey, that's just the nuts and bolts of stuff. Thank you for coming. All right. Tearing a 2018 apart. Sweet. Chicagoland Railroader, welcome, welcome. Just hanging out, chatting. Could run a train or two around. Maybe a quiet one. All right. Let's see here. But yeah, I love hanging out and chatting with everybody. Not just you guys, you know, pinball people. I just like hanging out, you know, hanging with friends. That's what I'm doing. All right. So what we're working on today, starting out with, is this really nice 8644 engine. Really surprised me how good this thing runs. You're actually getting a glimpse of an upcoming video. It'll be in a couple weeks, but I did the introduction to the, this is one of the train sets I got in the Cabin Fever haul video I did recently. And we're just cleaning it up, and I'm going to make a more detailed video about it, but now you're seeing the nuts and bolts of it. All right. I like watching streams while I work on trains. It's very relaxing. There you go. Definitely cool. Glad you're here. All right. So we're going to put a little lubrication on this thing. If you guys got any questions or just BSing, that's fine with me. I enjoy chatting and talking and everything, so I am going to put a little oil on the axles here of the various gears. And boy, sometimes things are hard to access. All right, this one's easy. This train doesn't really need much, but nice to see it has metal bearings. This train, being 1997, is still made in America, so that was pretty interesting. All right, Chicagoland Railroader. I think I had one of those at some point. Is it the one you have lettered for C&O? This one is Santa Fe, so this is what we got here. Ah, there we go, right there. Santa Fe. It came in the, originally came in the Santa Fe Special Freight Set, which, like I said, you'll be seeing an upcoming video on this exact same thing. So, very cool. All right, let's see here. How the heck do I get the axles on? Oh, there we go. See, we've got a little bit of room to get right to the axles here. I just get a real sense of accomplishment by making something work better than it did before. This thing worked really good. Smoking it worked really well. Oh, this is already better. Haven't even put any grease on the gears. All right. Let's see. I need a flat blade screwdriver. Okay, I also got a wireless mic, so you can just kind of follow me around, which is nice. Let's see. Here's my flat blade screwdriver. I enjoy watching some live streams. I enjoy live streams where the host is actively watching the chat. So, you know. Okay, Scott Rails says, I've started using conductive grease, cool, on bearings like the Athearn Blue Box loco. It's making a huge, whoa, nice. You know, more people are using that stuff. I should think about it. I've seen conductive oil and it's like, whatever, but apparently something to it. Also making them run quieter. Very cool. All right, Conrail says, hello, Jeremy. I live 6 minutes from cabin fever auction. You know, I'm glad I don't. It has caused me to build quite a collection. All right, so this is, we're going to move this camera, but we'll put it back on here. But let me show you my I got 3 boxes and another one up there from cabin fever that I have to open still. They're not going to be unboxing videos, but I definitely got a problem. At least I'm buying used, so I mean it's you know, a little bit in control, question mark. 6 minutes, wow. I'm jealous and also thankful that I don't live that close, because there's some stuff, it's like, man, some bigger, heavier stuff that it's like that they don't ship, it would be cool. Or also, so, you know, just some other stuff that they do ship that I knew would be expensive to ship, and it's like, you know, I'm gonna pass. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Get just a little bit of oil in these joints here. Now this engine ran good enough to where I didn't even have to do anything to it, but man, if you take the time to go through it and make it that much more efficient, it really helps out. Oh, Scott, I am using OBS. So, yep, you should try using OBS for your streams. It's amazing and free too. Yep, I've been using OBS for 4 years now, because I did pinball streaming, as you can see behind me there. So we got some pinball machines back there. So I did get myself on the screen here. There we go. So yeah, I'm not an expert with OBS, but I've used it enough to know about it. But yeah, definitely, I would certainly recommend OBS. But yeah, that just kind of threw me for a loop with the YouTube software, where it wanted me to use the live cam or webcam, and not my streaming software. And that was just how I set up the stream. It's when I did if you do a live stream straight off the bat without setting it up in advance, YouTube uses defaults, which are fine, but it kept using those defaults after I had the other ones set up, and yeah, it took me for a loop. All right. Now, I definitely enjoy talking about the nuts and bolts of streaming and anything, really. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. Now we need a little bit of grease. I just use like generic grease. This is stuff I got for some pinball stuff, but to each their own. If you watched enough of my videos, you'll hopefully agree that I am one that is like, hey, it's your train, do what you want. I'm not going to be one that's going to go, you must do this. I don't like those situations. Luckily, I've got an awesome audience, and there's really not really any blowhards or anything, so I'm very happy. I've got a really great audience, and a very faithful one. I just checked one of my last videos, and it was like 50% were subscribers and 50% were not, and that's great, because my pinball, when I was doing the pinball streaming for Pinball Mayhem, and lots of videos, weekly videos, because of the type of content we had a large base, but like the amount of subscribers that would actually watch were like 10%, and the rest were non-subscribers, because it was just, you know, topical things like per machine. So it's kind of interesting. All right, let's see. What do I need to do next to this guy? I think the rollers are good enough. I don't need to hit them with the Dremel. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can probably reassemble this. I don't know if any of you guys have seen one of these smoke units on a Lino from the late 90s. It's amazing. It's cheap. It's got a little plunger in it, but it works really well. Just a little, little column of smoke, but it's a strong column. And yeah, there's no really repair to this. If it stops working, you're buying a new one, but it's pretty amazing. It's welded together. It's plastic welded, so you're not doing much to it. Key thing though is you got to put it on the ground strap when you put it back in there, but it works really good, and we'll see that. All right, let's see. Now if I can remember how to put it together. Oh yeah, I've got to clean up some other stuff like these wheel sets here. All right. Someday I'll make it to York. It's kind of like what's the word I want to use? Not Holy Grail. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Promised land? I don't know. Alright. Yeah, this locomotive and cars, both cars, the diesel set, that the video you'll see Friday, the diesel set, both were run on dirty track for a long time, so they got, you know, the buildup of stuff. The naphtha solvent does a great job at it. Ultrasonic cleaner would work too, but we're just doing mechanical removal right now. But it's got, I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but especially since I don't have this camera set for close-up, but it's just got like a buildup of grunge on it. All right. Here's an interesting tool that I have started using. It's a glue spreader. And Sam's Trains, I don't know if any of you guys watch Sam's Trains, but he uses it for like body removal on, like, you know, some of the European trains he does a lot of, TT scale and stuff like that. And I used it on a car for which you'll see a video of when I get when I get replacement parts for it. But it worked good for roof removal on an MPC or a passenger car. But yeah, kind of like a plastic scraper, works good too. All right. Let's see here. Conrail says, I have the Illinois Central version of the small switcher, 8924. Sweet, good deal. Glenn Mead says, I'm scheduling for spring 2026 York Show, more for the experience and for the shopping. Very cool, very cool. All right. It's the first time I've really used my tablet to watch chat. I have a Chromebook that I like to use for it, but it's been... This was a spur of the moment live stream, which I'm cool with. So I didn't have a chance to charge it up because it's been sitting dead for months. Robert, 2005, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. You got any questions? Let me know. I'd love to chat. Let's see. Conrail 66, I don't remember exactly what I paid for. Yep. Conrail says, I recently got a Lionel, Pennsylvania EP5 from Cabin Fever. Nice. And I used your video to help restore it. Nice. Thanks for the info. Mine was a bit rusty, but it cleaned up nicely. Need to rebuild the unit. There you go. Whoa, nice. I lucked out so much on that EP5 I got from Cabin Fever. I mean, with Cabin Fever, especially being, you know, in central Wisconsin, Cabin Fever's in Pennsylvania, you know, freight can be a bit expensive, but I feel it's fair. They tell you exactly what they charge you for and why they charge you, and I'm okay with that. As long as you're aware of it, that's the main thing. It'd be bad if they shocked you with it. But, yeah, it was basically new old stock. I've gotten a lot of stuff that's new old stock. They don't test anything. They don't grade anything. It's up to you to figure it out. So, all right. Robert says, what train you fixing? Currently, we are... Excellent question. Currently, I am working on this guy, which is 8644, and where's the tender? There's the tender, and this is part, you'll see a video on this, but a close-up video, or a more detailed video of it, but the video is kind of going over the set pieces from the last haul video that I did, that box that was sitting in my basement for like a year. All right. Conrail says, I also have 3 almost all Illinois Central passenger cars minus... All right. I have almost all Illinois Central passenger cars minus 3 cars. Sweet. MPC era. Very cool. I love the MPC stuff. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's affordable, and you can build a lot on a little bit of money, especially with, you know, auctions and stuff. Because I looked up some passenger cars. You know, I bought the starter set, you know, for what, $86 or something like that, and it's like, granted, they may or may not be selling for it on eBay, but like a passenger car is like $40, one car. And I was like, okay, glad I got them together. All right, that looks... I'm just trying to get all the dirt off. Again, I feel it's worth it. If you keep your cars clean, your track will stay clean longer. And even though I ran this on the track with dirt, you know, dirty cars and dirty locomotives on the track, it's still, the track still was okay. Man, I still got a ridge of gunk on there. Ray, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. You're seeing a sneak peek behind the next video. I still have to watch your Ray's Trains York Show haul, so I don't want you to spoil it for me. But congrats on getting some stuff. All right. 2 headlights out. There you go. On my Chicago and Alton set that I bought, 1 or 2 of the cars had light bulbs that were loose. All right. You clean your train, you get a happy train. Definitely, definitely. For those of you that aren't familiar with Ray's Trains, and anybody else here that's got a YouTube channel, please shout out. By all means, please check them out. Ray's Trains is good people. All right, how are we doing on the stream? My tablet, I'm not used to using my tablet. Nice, 4 chatters, very good. Not used to using my tablet to watch chat on, so I'm using that. Okay, I have the tender, no engine, pay $5. Nice, very cool, very cool. All right, let's see. Sometimes this muck that's on there, you almost have to scrape it off with a screwdriver. Yep. I mean, the naphtha does most of it. Oh, so Ray, have you decided to do anything with the water issue that you guys were having with the spring thaw and freezing and stuff? Kind of curious on that one. I'm sure you'll do an update video. All right, that looks good. Okay, we're good there. Well, I need a little lube on it. Let's see here. We're just hanging out. This was totally spur of the moment stuff. I should always use grease on this. I love spur of the moment stuff. It's kind of the way I am with some stuff, but sometimes it causes me a problem. For those of you that are over 40, this thing, these optivisors, this is glass in here. Optically ground glass. This is amazing. This is like a medium. They come in different strengths. These are like medium, but they help me so much. Otherwise, I'm looking over my glasses or whatnot, so it makes it nice. Okay. Oh, Conrail says I have a Sears Centennial boxcar too. Low. Guess they're not that rare. I never thought they were rare, but it's cool to have something that was only in a special set. So yeah, Sears sold the set, you know, with their own name on it, whatnot, Sears, and so it was an uncatalogued set. Very cool. Do you have one of the misspelled ones that only has 2 N's instead of 3? That'd be, I don't know how rare they are, but thousands went out that way apparently. All right, we are doing good, doing good. Let's see, we're working on the tender assembly here. All right. Glad you guys are here. Like I said, this is just spur of the moment. I knew I was going to be cleaning these cars. It's like, you know, I'm just think I'll start a live stream. It's been a while since I've done one. Glenn says, what grease do you use? I use Super Lube, perfect. Silicone multi-grease, but it seems too thick for some applications. Interesting. I thought Super Lube grease is a little on the thin side for my liking, but I am using, this is not a, not to say that you should use this, but this is what I'm using. This is, let's see if we can get a good use. This is PBR grease, contact disc grease. This is actually meant for coin-operated machines, like my, I'll show you. I'll move this camera here. Sorry if I make anybody sick. But that over there is a shuffle alley from, which got, you know, pins and you slide the puck down and stuff. That's electromechanical from 1962, I think. Somewhere in there, early 60s. And that has large fingers that wipe over brass contacts, and they need to be lightly greased. And you can use Super Lube on that too. Like I said, you watch my videos enough, hopefully you'll see that I'm not somebody that's going to go, you must use this. Use what you want, it's your stuff. So, great question, Glenn. So, it's basically use what you have. That's what I'm doing. All right, let's see here. Time you there, say, man. I'm glad somebody enjoyed this train, but geez, not complaining, not complaining. Gives me something to do. Gives you guys a live stream to hang out with, which I certainly enjoy. All right, we're going to scrape this guy. All right. 392. That's okay. No worries. Ah, jeez. This tape was on top of the Lionel engine, kind of covering up the wires. And it is sticky. Stay put. It's hanging off me. All right, let's try this. There we go. Oops, still got grease on the screwdriver. All right. Just hanging out, having fun. You know it's bad when you gotta scrape it off the screwdriver. This one's pretty good. I always thought it was kind of interesting how, like on a four-wheel car, or a four-wheel truck, like a passenger car, how like the rear axle will get, if you got dirty track, will get full of gunk or get black quicker than the other ones, or one axle, you know. Just kind of one of them things. All right, let's see here. Clean enough? I think we're close. All right, where are we at here? Boy. Tough call. I mean, you can also Dremel these wheels. Interesting thing about Dremeling a blackened wheel, it will remove the finish on it. So it's not always the best idea, unless you got rust. If you got rust, there's nothing you can do about it. But I've learned, not necessarily the hard way, but it's better not to Dremel them. Or sand them or anything, just clean them up best you can. I'm just checking to make sure I got all the dirt off. All right. Yeah, this is definitely more enjoyable than just playing the jukebox. I got a few jukeboxes, too many. But okay. Could use some oil on these guys. I think we'll call it good. Michael's Trains, welcome. Hope your weekend's going great. Mine's going good. Got rid of some yard waste yesterday. Doing some work on some trees. So yeah. Not too much grease on here. That's okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. All the wheels are clean on the locomotive I'm working on. And I think it's time to put it back together. Now, let's see here. So this is an interesting shell because inside it says Lionel Trains, Chesterfield, right? Chesterfield, Michigan. And then it's got a sticker that says made in MACAO. Yep, MACAO. Well, it turns out that's China. So this was in '97, and the shell was made in China, and it was assembled in the U.S. So that was kind of interesting. Something I learned. All right, let's see here. Do I want to put this in, then the other stuff? I took this guy out first, but all right, let's try it. There's not much that holds it in. Oh, yeah, I guess I can't. Front of it has to be held in. All right, here's a little smoke unit. Cheapy, but it works. I can't complain. Let's clean the light bulb a little bit. All right. Robert says, I have an engine that is very similar to the one you're fixing. Yep, it's a starter engine, so I'm sure they made them in a lot of different configurations and stuff. So, what goes next? Do we do the... No, we can't. This has to be next. Ooh. I gotta hook up the smoke unit. I'm not really big on smoke. I think I just had a bad experience where it was giving me a headache. But on my Chicago and Alton, I've disabled it. But I don't run that very much. This one, we'll leave it. We'll leave it on. Let's see here. I got some nice, sorry, the camera's kind of being blown out by the light there. Hot chocolate scented premium smoke fluid. Does that engine have the mighty sound of steam? All right, so the, I don't know if they still had the mighty sound of steam in 97. I don't know when that ended. The engine I'm currently working on just has the whistle, but the Chicago and Alton does have the mighty sound of steam. I also did not connect that last time I ran it, and I really should have mentioned that because some people said, it's like, hey, is it working? It works. It's just, for me, it's too noisy. You know, I don't hate it. I think it's kind of cool, but I'm sure if I do some more videos, we'll turn it on. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see here. That's a good scent. I think it's working because, you know, this particular steam unit is, you know, hasn't been mucked with too much. Just had original stuff. I think I got on my MTH General locomotive that I've got, the wick was burned, and I think that whatever that smoke was giving off, just gave me a headache. But so far this one's been pretty good. All right, let's see here. Let's get everything in the right relation. There we go, that looks good. Okay, what else do we got? Gotta get this guy in the right area. This goes up here. There we go, we're figuring it out. Steady by jerks. Alright, now we need, I'm sure I'm gonna have to redo this, some of it. This is the first time I've taken apart an engine like this. So there's always little tricks. Alright. I think, yeah, there we go. Let's do this. This guy in. Then we got this guy to get in. Hopefully. Okay, how we looking? Alright, both pieces are in. I need to make sure that this little power wire is in a good spot. Does that look good? Ooh, yep. I've got to interface this with the locomotive. One of my piston rods just came out. Just trying to get the engine lock in place here. It's being a little difficult. There we go. Okay. All right, excellent. Okay, what do we got for screws? Okay, this guy. Process of elimination. Whoa! Dropping stuff. This is how I work. Happy Sunday, everybody. Let's see. So the smoke unit has a ground wire that has to be attached to the screw, otherwise it will not function. Headlight probably wouldn't work either. Because the reason for that is the smoke unit is plastic. Okay. If anybody's working on some projects, let me know. I love chatting. I love chatting about what you're working on or what you just got done or whatever. It's like, hey, Jeremy, I just did this. Or, hey, I'm working on that. Cool. I am very happy. There's that tape again. I was going to say I'm very happy with how the channel is going along, you know, with trains and stuff. But on the other hand, well, I mean, I'm extremely happy it's working well. But on one hand, it's great. But on the other hand, I can't really post anything else to it because while some of you guys would like that other content, you know, it's just not going to work too well. So it's really having good success with the trains. So, might start another channel or something. But I don't have one thing that I work on, you know? It's kind of a weird deal. That looks about right. I work, you know, I have different stuff, different activities, so I've got to figure something out. Okay. Robert says, does it have traction tires? Yes. Well, it does not have magnet traction, so we do have one traction tire right there, and the other ones are just straight up drivers. All right. So I'm installing my reverse lockout switch. Let's see here. So this has electronic reverse, which works really good. Jeff's Train World. Hey, I like your username, HON. Very cool. Welcome, welcome. Congratulations. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. Spur of the moment live stream. Just said why not? Cleaning cars. Might as well chat it up with people. Daniel Kane says, awesome, your first live stream. Definitely not, but. Now I haven't done a whole lot of live streams on this channel. Did a couple last year, maybe the year before, but it's been a while since I've done live streams. I got a whole bunch of pinball machines behind me, and I did 3 years of live streaming, just pinball play, once a week, and YouTube and Twitch. So that was fun. Okay, what do we got? Does that look pretty good? This thing looks bent. All right, let me see here. Yeah, this thing's definitely out more than the other one. I wonder if you can, no, they both look pretty square. Looking at the crosshead guides and stuff. Loosen it up a little bit. No, that assembly is pretty well, screws hold it in place really good. Okay. Alrighty. Conrad says, I just bought a PE Design E-Unit tool. Nice, because working on units is frustrating at best. Hope this tool will ease the pain. And yes, I need magnification as well. Yep. I tell you, man, these things are really good. These are the Optivisor by DONEQUAN Optical. They are kind of the, in my opinion, the gold standard. Mainly because they say they got optically ground glass. All right, let's see here. Turn on the noisy power supply. Okay. It might be neutral, I don't know. Okay, headlight works. Heard a little something there. Oh! We're stuck in reverse here. You know, I didn't really do anything. Well, actually I can't. It's a can motor. It's like I didn't do anything with brushes. There we go. Man, she runs great. That's the lowest voltage. That's 5.8 volts there. Yep, the lowest voltage that the MTH transfer can do. She's working. Nice. All right, what do we got? I have lots going on in Jeff's Train World these days. Very cool. She runs! Yay! Woohoo! I was a little worried there. I wasn't doing anything. All right, now the boring part. Working on train car wheels. Oops. I didn't put in my insulating tape. I probably should do that. Well, I don't have to take everything off. I don't know about you guys, but how I tend to work is my order of operations is not always good, so I end up putting something together. What the heck is that? Can I see this? It's a big old wasp. Rather dead. I wonder where that thing was hiding. The things you find. No clue on that one. No clue. All right, let's see if we can get this out of here. All right. heck did I just drop? Oh, crosshead. All right. This little piece of tape went right over here. That was a scary wasp. Yeah, definitely. I can tell it's been dead for a long time. It seemed pretty crunchy, but yeah. Whew. Saw it hanging out by my towel. I was like, where did that come from? It might have been inside the engine. I don't know. I didn't notice it when I took it apart, but anything's possible. Okay, where's that crosshead? Timing, yeah, 12:30. I love chatting to you guys. All right, now this will be trickier to get in. Could probably rotate the wheels, that might help. Okay. One is started. One started. Now let's get this other one going. That one's good. That one's good. Oops. Gotta get it locked into the plate in front. That looks pretty good. All right. Maybe that's why the loco was buzzing. Could be. Could be. I was shocked though. This thing ran really good right from the start. Whereas the diesel didn't. Diesel now runs very good and I've cleaned that up. That'll be the video coming out Friday. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Very cool, very cool. All right. Okay, let's try that again. Power on. All right, let's see, let's move my camera wire a little bit up onto my laptop here. That looks plenty of room. I'll wait till I get the tender on. Then we'll do a longer test. Man, this thing, just pushing it, the wheels will rotate, which is great. That's a good sign. You did good. All right, where is? Oh, there that was. Always losing something. Okay, so we got yucky mucky wheels here. Maybe I'll just scrape them first. Sometimes that's quicker. Yuck. Of course, I should have a paper towel down under it to catch some of the shavings here. All right. Got a little bit of wear on the roller on this guy, which it is what it is. If you have a clean, a worn roller still works. Might not work as well, but it still works pretty good. Okay, so the wheels weren't too bad. Bonk. All right, let's see here. There we go. Such a tease. Yep. Keep them wanting more. All right, so yeah, here's kind of what we're looking at here. This will go pretty quick. Only a couple of the wheels were gunked up. Whereas on the engine, most of them are gunked up. All right, this one needs a little more scraping. There we go. Okay. Anybody working on any projects or anything? All right. Gonna grab my Dremel and hit the center roller up a bit on this. I mean, not that it has to be great, just operates the whistle. That's all the roller does. That looks pretty good. This wheel's pretty gunked up too. Not as bad. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Yeesh. All right, Steve's Train Run. Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming over. We're just doing some maintenance and thought I'd throw up a quick stream and figure out that YouTube has changed how it does its streams a little bit, enough to cause me trouble. But hey, that's okay. It's all about fun. See, this is what I mean. This is exactly how I do stuff. Put stuff together, take it apart. Put it together, take it apart. I forgot this guy. Kind of need that to hook up the tender. It's not the end of the world. Doesn't take that long. But I need to clean the wheels. All right. Pre-war, post-war, and more. Thank you for coming in. Sometimes I'm done cleaning the wheels and I'll put some paper towel on the track and let the train run. Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool. The only project I got in mind, says Robert, is putting a traction tire on one of my engines. Nice. That's a good project. That should help with some performance. Jeff Baker, hey, welcome. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. All right, let's see how I'm doing here. You got any questions or whatever? Just let me know. Yeah, I already did this. Okay, so how is this guy held in? Like that. So, take it apart again. Order of operations is my problem. Because, well, at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal, but still. I'll probably have to pull that front off again. Yeah. It doesn't depress me or anything, or bum me out. It is what it is. It is the way I work. Good thing I don't repair trains for a living on a kind of time schedule or something. So I could do the work. It's just take me forever. Because I take stuff apart, put it together, take it apart, put it together. Come on here. Why are you being difficult? All right, there we go. Fall on the floor. Okay. All right. Stony Creek and Port Valley Railroad says, good day. It's Bill Ripper. Thank you very much, Bill. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. What do you use to get rust off wheels? Evaporust is a good choice. Dremel with a kind of like a 3M Scotch-Brite kind of a pad on it works pretty good. Slade Cat, welcome. Good to see you. Love hanging out with you guys. Love looking at all the chat. All right, Conrail says, I have a couple of units to rebuild. That's why I decided to spring for the P design tool to help hold all the parts in place. At least going to rebuild the old. Yeah, definitely. They're fun to rebuild. Scott Rail says he used Dremel wire wheel for the wheels, brass wire wheel for brass wheels, steel. Yeah, very good. Yep, there's all kinds of stuff to do this. That's why, like I keep saying, it's your train, do what you want. So if somebody says they use a file, I'll say, I wouldn't do that, but go for it. All right. Glenn says, I have 2035 with magnet traction. The previous owner decided to use steel wool. Eee, what a mess, definitely. Daniel says, I just completed repainting a basket case 2025 in tender and twist. That's really cool. I like custom paint jobs. It's really neat. Stony Creek says, after scrubbing the wheels using a Dremel and Scotch-Brite pad, follow up with a very light coat of mineral spirits. There you go. Very cool. All right, now, let's get this thing out of here for the, what, third time? All right, let's see. All right, we're hooked. Now, we got to do the saying one more time. Hopefully the last time. All right. Good thing I didn't add a whole bunch of smoke fluid to it, otherwise it'd be dripping all over the place. Okay, back here. Okay. Use a Scotch-Brite. Yep, very good. Steve Trainer, if there's no magnets around, I use a wire wheel and a grinder that makes quick work. Nice. To clean the track, yep. If you haven't put it together at least 3 times, you're doing it right. Yep, there you go. Order of operations, man. Crazy. Like I said, I don't let it frustrate me. Okay, let's see. Should probably stop looking over my glasses and use the things on my head. Both wheels are about equally back. Alright, there's that one. There's this guy. I remember when I first worked on my dad's 303 or 3 something American Flyer Steam, whatever this classic one is. It's like, you know, the running gear was like, oh my god, it's so complicated. But, you know, the old after you do it a couple times, and it's easy. Alright, let's see, get this in here. Okay, the engine's locked in. Side rods are in. Back little doodads in and hopefully correct. Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes. I hope. Yep. Alright, cool. Alright. All good ideas, definitely. Pre-wire and post-wire. These 90s can motor units have always been good runners for me, not just great pulling power. Yeah, I was really impressed by it. This is the newest, not the newest train I've run, but probably newest Lionel I've run. Because my other newer stuff is MTH. But I've really fallen in love with the post-wire stuff. Okay, there's one of those. Oh. I knew I lost a screw, but I didn't do anything about it. Let's see here. It's real bright of me. There it is. It's like, wait a minute, where's my other screw? I remember losing it inside the shell, but didn't do anything about it. Right move. All right. Okay, we're still doing good. We're moving forward with the progress. All right. I usually just use minnow sprays. Yes, nothing wrong at all. But, you know, we were talking about some rust and stuff, so yeah, sometimes more stronger methods are required. All right. Let's see here. Let's get this screw in before I drop it or something. Whoa. Side rod is in the wrong position. Luckily I caught that. Another instance of, well, I don't have to take it way apart. But it is an instance of putting something together and taking it apart. Alright. Stony Creek says, with pre-wire, post-wire MPC, you only need to understand 3 to 4 design patterns to serve sanding. Yep, very good, very good. Let's see. Funny how Lionel 242, Old Low, welcome. Funny how Lionel 242 and 442 starter set engines are just shrunken Hudson shells on smaller wheelbase. Yeah, they really economized on some of the designs here. Okay. There we go. Now it's in the right spot. Hopefully. Pull that off. Let's see. Okay. Now we're good, he says, for the 3rd, 4th, 5th time. But hey, that's okay. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. We're going good. We're not breaking stuff. So bonus. Those of you that are joining in here, I'm just kind of cleaning up cars and cleaning up the engine from the Santa Fe Special set. And this is a 1997 era engine, and it is working good so far. Gotta make sure I got the trucks in the right orientation. I don't think I do. I think they kind of need to be spun around. Just makes more sense to me to do that. Yeah, so, well, maybe not. They can go either way. Come on, don't fight me. There we go. All learning stuff. There. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, let's get the screw in the top here. All right. Okay, now, back on the track with all of its wheels. Let's do a quick test. Make sure all the wheels are on the track. Yeah, just this. This is the lowest amount of power that the MTH will put out. 5.5 volts, and it's moving. It's amazing. All right. Now we got this guy. I was gonna do something about the roller. That only handles the whistle though, so I'm not super concerned about it. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's do, take a drink of water. Take off my optivisor. All right. That runs nice, really nice. Okay, let's put like 10 drops of smoke fluid in it here. Should make sure I got the, yep, looks right. I can see the tiny hole there. I think I got that lined up correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why not? Crank it up to 11. Okay. Is the last batch of stuff you, is this the last batch of stuff you open? Yes, this is from the longer video Cabin Fever haul. This is the Santa Fe special freight set, and I'm going to do a second video on it, but in preparation for that video I kind of need to clean all the cars, and so you're kind of seeing it behind the scenes. All right, let's get this thing going. Okay, I know you can't see all the layout, but not 11. Yeah, I was really surprised how well this smoke unit works. As it's not smoking, but we'll see. I put the ground screw on. Headlight works. I can smell it. Not smoking yet. All right, let's see. There it goes. Now it's smoking. Oh, it's smoking pretty good now. You're probably not going to be able to see it. Toot toot. All right, I'm going to head upstairs and take care of the laundry. You know, it's Sunday, got work clothes, but I will be right back and we'll clean the rest, some more cars. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can figure out. Let's take off my mic. That'll just be easier. All right. Take out my gloves. Just need to get stuff out of the dryer. Won't be long. All right, so let's go hide the face cam. There we go. All right. Oh, I lost the light. Kind of need this light. So I'm running off batteries on my light, but we're gonna charge up the batteries and I'll hook up a power cord to it. Probably would have done that had I really planned this stream out, but this is definitely last minute. Well, that says 70. This other battery must not have been pushed in. There we go. That'll work. Only running on one battery. All right. Now let's finish cleaning some cars. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. This is just the last minute thing. It's like, you know, I'm cleaning some cars. I just maybe like to hang out with some friends. All right, let's see. How's this look? That looks good. Very good. 13 current viewers, yeah. Average retention 10 minutes. That's cool. That's very good. I really appreciate it, everybody. Dang. All right, so next on the list. We'll start with the lowly caboose. This is the caboose. You guys are seeing a background or kind of a sneak peek of next video. So I kind of like this caboose. I mean, you know, flat finish and stuff is from the 90s. But yeah. Let's clean some wheels. Okay. All right. I'd like to figure out some background music that I can play. Okay, what do I want to do first? Let's get another paper towel down to catch the scraping of the wheels. And get another paper towel to handle the cleaning of the wheels. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Mine's going really good. All right, what do we got going on here? This one looks pretty good. This one's pretty bad. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Okay, Arthur Light says, I have two F3 bodies post-war and they are covered with a waxy substance trying to get rid of it. Any ideas? Something that would clean the shell without... So, certainly anybody else chime in, please. I don't have the authoritative 100% answer here. But if I had something that had a waxy substance on it that was painted that I was worried about, first I'd try soap and water. If that didn't work, I would move on to possibly rubbing alcohol, but it could remove some paint. I'd be real careful of it. Lightly with Novus 1, but again, possible removal of paint, or at least lightening up of it, but that's kind of how I would approach that. All right, let's see. Robert says, my weekend's going good. My birthday was yesterday. Wow, happy belated birthday. Very cool, very cool. I hope you had a great birthday. Let's see. You know what I like to do on my birthday is relax. It's one of them weird things. When I'm at work, you know, I can kind of fantasize about, oh, it'd be great to be home watching a movie or something, but I'm the kind of person that really just doesn't do that. I mean, I want to be doing something. I want to be fixing something or getting something accomplished. I get a lot out of, you know, fixing trains. I get a lot of accomplishment off of it, which is why I do it. Working on pinball machines is the same thing. But yeah, I just don't sit down and watch a movie. I mean, like an hour before I go to bed, or maybe even a half hour, I'll play SnowRunner, which is a game where you just kind of drive trucks around and deliver cargo and stuff. And it's not a competitive game. It's very relaxed, and kind of like chess in some ways, because it's, you know, strategy is involved in stuff. Man, this was really bad. So I like to do that, but some might view that as wasting time, but it really relaxes me, so that's cool. But yeah, it's like sitting down and watching a movie. Nope, don't do that. I'll do it at work at lunch. You know, I really like doing that. So that's when I get my movie time watching in. All right, let's see here. Okay, Steve Trainwright says, 80s movies kind of guy. I like all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Now, newer movie like 2000s or whatever, early 2000s, Matrix, whenever that was. Was that 96 was The Matrix? I love The Matrix. I do like the sequels. The original is very good though. I think I can watch the original like once a week and not get bored of it. Just, man, it's really good. But name some movies. Name some popular movies or something, Steve Trainer, and I'll let you know what I think of them, or if I watched them. I haven't. There's more movies that I haven't watched than I have watched. So some people might go, "Oh, how can you not have seen that?" I was like, "Well, I don't go to movies a lot." So, I mean, I like Christine. I love that one. What else do I like? I mean, my movie collection's upstairs, of course, but Logan's Run. That was a little older one, but I like Logan's Run. BTTF. Mad Max. Have not watched that. I'm familiar with. Well, I know about it, but I haven't watched it. Or if I have, I've only seen bits and pieces. So yeah. So I'm 53, for those of you who may or may not know or care. No big deal. Born in 71. So it's kind of interesting. I have a friend at work, and he'll go, "How could you not have seen X movie?" And I'll go, how have you not seen Matrix? You know, kind of thing. So it's just kind of one of them things. He's seen it now, though. But what else do I like to watch? As far as movies go. Back to the Future. Yep, I enjoy Back to the Future and Ghostbusters. I'm not like rabid fans of either one. I'd say I'd be a rabid fan of The Matrix. That movie just means a lot to me. Star Wars, definitely Star Wars. To a lesser degree, I like all the Star Wars content. I don't like hate any of it. But yeah, New Hope is really good. The original, the first one. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Back to the Future is definitely good. Let's see what else we got. Never really saw a ton of movies when I was growing up, and that's okay. Really glad I did. I'm pretty sure I saw Empire in the theater. Empire Strikes Back. Kind of remember going to see that one. That's a good movie too. All right. Newer movies, Jurassic Park. I thought that was okay, but again, not a real movie. It's like, oh, that's so amazing. Whereas, really, The Matrix is my so amazing movie. Avatar, I like that. Again, not a rabid fan of it, but TV shows, Knight Rider for sure, Airwolf. Though, having watched the entire season of Knight Rider, about the season, it got pretty bad in the end there. It was bad. $6 Million Man. That I like that show. That was good. Jamie Lee Curtis was really good. Seeing Farrah Fawcett in $6 Million Man like 3 or 4 times. That was really good. Just, man. Any classic Disney movies you like to watch? Not a whole lot. Of course, I'm kind of stuck on Farrah Fawcett, so interesting tidbit. In the director commentary, there's a couple director commentaries on $6 Million Man. There's not too many, but the director said, "I remember when Steve brought her by, and she started talking to me. I just stood there and stared because I couldn't say anything because it was like her voice, and it's like she's just at that point in her life, she was just, farm girl kind of, oh, look at me, not showing off, not prissy, not anything." But it's like he was just stunned by her beauty and by her voice, and I can see that. I mean, I liked her in Logan's Run, but it's like, wow, yeah. Crazy. But, oh man, that one's still dirty. Jeez. So, Disney movies, I mean, yeah, I do have kids, but we just never really got into that kind of stuff. I I haven't really watched like the princess movies or anything like that, or I'm aware of them. I watched Finding Nemo. I watched in the theater. I watched, what's the other one? Lion King. Monsters Inc. I like the Monsters Inc. That was good. I think I saw that in the theater. Sully and Mike Wachowski, whatever the heck his character name was. Mike Wachowski. Little kid running around. I thought that was fun. All right. There we go. Done with the caboose. Three's Company. I never got into that show. Love Boat I never got into. I do have the season, the full season for Rockford Files. I kind of like that. I don't love it, but I kind of like it. All right, let's give this a little shot. Let's run around as slow as we can. Give us some time to work on something else. All right. Next up on the list is, let's see here. We got the Chief Famous Daily Streamliner. It's a plastic car. This is all stuff made in '97, but yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, Three's Company I never got into. My parents watched it. Let me tell you. Oh, another program I was really into. I got the season set. Loved it. Was Chips. I thought that was great. I mean, yeah, you got the girls and stuff, and that was eye-opening. But I really enjoyed the full season of Chips. Pretty much all of them were pretty good. Oh, man, some of these wheels. Jeez. It's like just to keep myself from, you know, rubbing like crazy here. Gotta scrape these wheels. They just got a buildup. Alright. Steam engine's running really good. One downside of conventional control and having smoke units is it's not going to do too much at low speed. Alright. Oh, The Odd Couple? Nope, never into that one either. Nope, never did anything for me. Star Trek, I like the original Star Trek. Pretty much all the Star Trek stuff. So I'm one of them maybe slightly odd people that like both Star Wars and Star Trek. Let's see here. Conrail says, wacky fact, I haven't been to a movie theater since I saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind in 1977. That's quite all right. I watched Close Encounters. That one, that didn't do a whole lot for me. E.T. either. I think I saw E.T. in the theater. Let's see. What else do we need to scrape here? No, this is good conversation. Movie stuff. I like movie stuff. I mean, granted, I'm not that knowledgeable, but has anybody watched the Kurosawa directed movies? I got into him after hearing him on director's commentaries all the time. He was Japanese, and I'm trying to think of some of the movies he did. Can't think of them. That's real nice of me, huh? Talk about it, and I can't even think of any movies. But Seven Samurai, that was one of them. Black and white stuff. Very interesting stuff. I'm really glad I got into him and collected some of those movies. All right. Oh, Tron movie. Yep. You know I'm into Tron. I got the shirt there. Tron. I am heavy into Tron. I can't recall if I saw the original Tron in theater. I probably did. I loved it. I am definitely an original and a the second Tron movie that came out that Disney did. I thought that was really good. All right, that's enough running around. Shut off the deal there. Dukes of Hazzard, BJ and the Bear. Oh man, my brother was so into BJ and the Bear. I would watch it just because he would watch it. And I like semi-trucks. My brother was 5 years older than me and really, really into it. A little too much into it. But what was the other one? The other semi one? Claude. I don't know what it was called though. The guy was, he drove a white truck, and I don't remember any of the episodes, but I'd probably watch them again. I think it was driver name of Claude. I just don't recall. My brother was really into that when he had a signed picture of it. Smokey and the Bandit. Yep. Oh, yeah. Smokey and the Bandit for sure. Big Smokey and the Bandit fan. Kind of more just the original, though. That was cool. BJ and the Bear. I should grab those episodes and watch those and kind of see. Because Greg Evigan, I like those. I liked it when he was doing later stuff, too. It's like, oh, yeah, the guy from BJ and the Bear. So that was cool. Let's see here. Yeah, Tron. Big time Tron fan. Good stuff. All right, what do we got going on? So I'm using naphtha to clean these, and I find it just works. It's kind of my perfect solvent, because it's like brake clean works great, but it's too hot, shall we say? You know, can melt plastic and do all kinds of weird stuff, and it stinks up the house. Don't want to have it in your house very much. Boy, that wheel's bad. But yeah, naphtha is kind of a ticket for me. All right. It's kind of like, where has this been all my life, you know, sort of deal. Very low odor. Improved cleaning power. Doesn't evaporate super quick, so I feel it's safer than brake clean. Man, these wheels are horrible. Alright. This car good? I'm calling it good. I could spend an hour on a car. Okay. Okay, moving on. All right, very good. I have 1/43rd scale of all four of them. Moving on. Let me take a look here. Man, my computer is really doing good with this. 5.5% CPU usage. Granted, I don't have 5 cameras plugged in, but moving on. American Drama Series. Yep, definitely. That is 100% it. Cool. Okay, 13 degree reviews. Well, welcome everybody. Hey, you got something to say or just want to say hi? Please shout out. We're just hanging out here having fun. All right, get back to this other view, live view. All right. So, let's see. I really do like the first 2 Jurassic Park movies. Very cool. The first one I thought was very good. Second one, I can't remember it. So, let's see. Sheriff Lobo. Sundance was the name of the truck. Interesting. So Sheriff Lobo, that doesn't ring a bell with anything. It might have been part of the Moving On series, but yeah. The song Convoy, huge love the Convoy song. Got it on my jukebox. That was good. Okay, let's send this guy around. Oh, we'll get the other one too, going too. I like my loop of elevated track, but it's a little steep. I'd like more room for it. It doesn't have to go any higher or lower, but I should use some more room for it. All right, what do we got here? He was the sheriff in BJ and the Bear. Okay, he must have been giving BJ a big time. Like I said, I know I watched episodes when I was a kid, but I don't remember any of them. Probably the old helpless woman who needs a hand or something. I'm sure that was a common trope in those shows. All right, we got a couple more cars. This is the automotive flat car here, and I do have the 2 red cars that go on it. It did have a band that went over it, but that was kind of bad. So. Tab it back a little bit. Okay. Okay, and the truck driver and the owner operator. All right, he was the sheriff and BJ and the Bear and the owner operator. Oh, okay. All right, very cool. I didn't realize that. Yeah, like I said, hardly any memories of that show at all, except for the truck. I love the truck, and my brother loved it. My brother was way into it. We got a all right, so convoy. Man, that's just. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound. No, that's not Convoy. That's Smokey and the Bandit. Eastbound and watch old bandit run. So Convoy is Breaker 19. This here's the Rubber Duck. And Smash the Gate doing 98. Said let them truckers roll. There you go. I knew it'd come out of there eventually. Sung it enough as I was a kid. Remember playing on the swing sets. Imagining I was Convoy stuff. I did watch the movie Convoy, and yeah, it's okay. Glad I watched it, glad I got it, but, you know, kind of like, not my kind of movie. Don't hate it. Also watched White Line Fever, thought that was kind of interesting. Should probably watch it again. But, you know, them trucker movies and stuff. Oh man, this car's horrible too. Came from the same set, so it shouldn't really be a surprise. Just flaking off here with a screwdriver. Alright, let's switch over to the other side. Chris Christopherson. Yeah, I've always had a problem with actors' names and who they played and stuff like that. I know a little more of them now, but yeah. So, alright here, cleaning some cars. What else we got here? Alright. Area High One, welcome. Alright, hopefully you're having a good weekend. What do you guys like to see in a short? Do you like shorts, YouTube shorts at all? I mean, I can't really say I'm a big fan of them, but they do seem to get the views and they seem to get some subscribers, so kind of slowly working on them. Alright, Slaycat says Shadow Wolf. What is that in response to? Alright, the Blue Mule. That was his truck, right? The Blue Mule. Alright, Ernest Borgnine, yep. Yeah, he was in some movies and stuff. Also in Airwolf. That's where I mainly know him from. Let's see here. Still figuring out shorts myself. There you go. It's not something that I really, you know, it's like there's something I should do for my, at least make a either separate video of it or a short, because on my long video I did on the Chicago and Alton, I did a really nice fix on the trucks. The Chicago and Alton trucks on the passenger cars and tender are die cast, and one or two cars plus the tender, the die casting had warped just over age. I mean, not use, but just with age. And I was able to heat them up and get it to conform back to where it should be, and it worked really well. And I think that could be a good, you know, short or separate video or something. All right, that was it. Airwolf. Yep. Well, he was in a lot of other stuff too. Ernest Borgnine, huge, big actor, big time actor. But he was Santini, Mr. What the heck was his first name? I don't know. I don't remember. But man, I think Airwolf Airwolf was another one that near the end it was bad. Of course, he had the actor that played St. John there. He had his own demons, shall we say, with drugs and stuff. But yeah, that was certainly interesting. Kind of interesting to see how shows change and whatnot. And now streaming has happened, so you know shows are not the way they were. Which hey, stuff changes. All right, This is great talking about this other stuff. I love it. I love hanging out with you guys and chatting and, you know, reading your comments and responding to your comments. I mean, I'm sure there will come a time where I won't be able to respond to all comments, but until that time happens, I'm happy just doing what I do. The heck? Alright. Naphtha bottle's going a little crazy there. And I also love watching your comments and, you know, as I do the live stream here. Because I'm not, as far as watching a live stream, I really like it where the host is kind of active and, you know, viewing the chats and stuff. Alright. Glenn Mead says, gotta run, Jeremy. Look forward to seeing your next video. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Slaycat says, you and I are close to the same age. Cool. Born in the 70s? Very cool. Let's see. Steve Trainrun says, what kind of music do you like? So I like mainly classic rock, blues, and jazz. I like more like the upbeat kind of blues. I like B.B. King, Larry Garner. There's some other ones that I really enjoy, and it just wow, just makes me go wow. All right. Area High One says I had to replace zinc pest infested pins on my fast track. What? Wow. Gave up and made one of our. Oh, that was the reason. Okay, so I saw the post you had where I saw a post where there was a staple being used, and I was going, why would you need to do that? But that's good. Cool. Zinc rot. Jeez. Ever seen Star Blazers? I have not. It was a cartoon. Okay. Have not. Oh, speaking of cartoons, I definitely like some modern cartoons. Well, I don't know how modern, but when, you know, cable cartoons and Cartoon Network was a thing, I liked Powerpuff Girls. And I got the set this last Christmas because I asked for it because I knew I'd probably get it. And let me tell you, the writing on that show was really good. There was an episode I watched that was... It was all Beatles themed. It was weird. I'm not really a Beatles fan, but I caught most of the references, but it was like all Hey Jude and all this weird stuff. And it's like, that is really amazing. Very good. Very well written. But yeah, Powerpuff Girls, pretty amazing. All right, that one still needs a little more work. But yeah, this is fun. Yep, so classic rock, I'm huge on that. And like I said, blues and stuff. Gosh, I got into the blues and stuff, gosh, probably final year of high school, maybe later than that, 2000s or something, so I've missed a lot. And I like listening to, like, Shoutcast. That was a radio streaming service that was on the PlayStation Portable, the PSP. And I like that. That got me really into some artists and stuff. Stevie Ray Vaughan, stuff like that. So that was fun. Boy, some of these wheels, geez. Like I said, I could spend an hour on a car. Good thing I'm not in a hurry. All right, here we go. I'm going to call that done. All right, yep, early 70s. Captain Harlock. I've heard the name, don't know what it refers to. Late 60s, all right. Oh, another show I like is Dragnet. The black and white Dragnets, the color Dragnets, I got started on those. Then the black and white stuff, the radio shows, I like that. I enjoy listening to old time radio, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's see, let's get this moving forward here. Okay. We'll load them maybe backwards, huh? One of these days I might get one of those auto racks. It'd be kind of fun. Oh, cartoon as well. All right. Let's see. UFO. I like that series. That kind of European series. That was pretty good. Enjoyed that box set. Never got into the other Super Marionation things, marionette stuff. But well, UFO wasn't Super Marionette, but I seen some of that stuff. That was all right. Let's see. Robert Jr. says, when my mom and dad were together, my father would show me cartoons like Tom and Jerry and Roadrunner and the Cody. They're still my favorite older cartoons. Very cool, very cool. I grew up on that stuff. Smurfs, whatnot. Lone Ranger, the original I enjoy. This decades before my time. I never got into the Lone Ranger. I would definitely watch it again. If somebody handed me the box set, I'd definitely watch it during my lunch hour. Or lunch half hour, I should say. All right, this one's done. We've got one more to go. And then we're going to call it a day. Final car is the Santa Fe truck and trailer piggyback thing. I do mention this in the video, but I've never really worked on these. I kind of forgot about this feature. But when I did my last video, I was kind of putting this on and it was falling off. I didn't really think much of it. Thought it just kind of sat on there. But turns out there's a locking mechanism in here that you open the doors, line it up, press it on, and then this guy will stay put. It's like, cool. All right, let's get this guy over here. Yeah, that's working good. Even smoking, jeez. There we go. All right, Star Blazers. Okay, cool, I haven't seen that one. I have later MTH Southern Pacific version. None working doors. Okay, interesting. I find it really fascinating that Lionel, on some of their newest trucks, they have a separate insert that has open doors, I think it is, something like that, so you can like load stuff or whatever. That's pretty cool. I've got a FedEx trailer that I'm happy I got. Kind of one of them weird things. All right, Henry Fonda did a truck movie. There was a lot of truck movies going on, but yeah. Very cool. All right. Yeah, these wheels are so bad. A couple of these wheels are so bad, you can just scrape them first. Alright, so I bought a Honda Pilot last year, and I love it. It's great. It's brand new. Got some extra money from my parents' estate, so I used that for a generous down payment. And bought a hitch for it, even though I don't have a trailer. So I used my neighbor's trailer, so I figure if I use it like 20 times, I'll feel I paid off for it. But that's what I was working on yesterday. Yard waste and stuff. Okay, we are just about out of this stuff. So I got this handy dandy little bottle from Amazon. Just flip the top and push it down. It's for like cosmetics and stuff, but it works good for solvents and alcohol and stuff. So, yeah. All right. Cleaning wheels, having fun cleaning wheels. Not the most fun thing to watch, but I really enjoy chatting with you guys. I'm really glad I did this live stream. And just kind of to, you know, knock the dust off the streaming gear and the webcams and all that stuff. Unfortunately, I have a very low upload speed. I've got like, 280 down or something like that, and 8 up or 10 up. It's like, what the heck? They keep increasing the down, but they don't increase the up at all. They want you to buy the premium package or to go with, some other service that has fiber. So it's really not worth that for me, unfortunately. Let's do a first pass here. All right. Very High one said he also did Thomas and the Magic Railway. Interesting. All right. January, Michael Vincent drove the Blue Mule. Yep, Michael Vincent. That was his name. All right. It's interesting, on the old Dragnets, Leonard Nimoy plays a rough and tough dude. That's kind of cool. On the black and white ones. I mean, just a single roll. But Twilight Zone, that's another one I like. I thought those were very good. Oh, one of my favorite black and white episodes is from kind of the competitor to Twilight Zone. What is it? Still surprised YouTube's not had any competition. Well, YouTube definitely has competition, like videos from Facebook and stuff like that, but they're doing it the best right now. And Twitch. Twitch is definitely a competitor, but it's in a different realm. So, The Outer Limits. That's the show I'm thinking of. The Outer Limits. There is an episode in The Outer Limits called... Is it called The Glass Hand? I think it's called The Glass Hand. Robert... Can't think of the name of the actor that does it. Robert something. Let me look it up here real quick. But The Glass Hand, it's black and white. Really a great episode. Let's see here. the outer limits. This laptop I got is really good for streaming. I'm very happy with it. The outer limits, the original, the glass hand. Demon with the glass hand. All right, I knew it was something with it. All right, let's see here. Demon with the glass hand. Who is the actor? Robert Culp. Really good. Man, really, really good. He sells it. So good. I won't ruin what happens, but he sells it, and then he comes across like a migrant worker type woman, and she sells it very good, just really good. Let's see. Thank you very much. The Outer Limits. Yep. He was also on I Spy. Okay. And it was written by the same author as I Have No Mouth and Must Scream. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Yeah, just some great TV out there. All right. Emergency, that was another one. I watched some of those on the rerun type stuff. I thought they were pretty good. I could see getting the box set and watching them. For those of you who are just kind of curious how this... I got to get my other view up. I can't... the YouTube view is too far behind to watch. There, yeah. This is kind of what we're dealing with here. If you ran it long enough on your clean track, you'd end up with really dirty track, but I only ran it a couple laps in that other video, and it didn't seem to make the track dirty at all. Okay, that's pretty much it. This is the last car. All right. Pretty impressive. I can shove that engine forward and just have it roll. And we'll do backwards. Why not? Okay, that is done. There we go. Send her down the track. Harlan Ellison. Oh, there you go. Yep. Harlan Ellison. He did Babylon. He did this stuff on Babylon 5. Babylon 5 was another one. I really enjoyed that. Galactica was another one. Battlestar Galactica. Guess I gotta connect them if I wanted to go around together. Alright, there we go. Clean up stuff a little bit. Don't step on the box of gloves. Alright, what do we got here? For those that weren't here earlier, this might have been hiding in my engine. It's a long dead wasp. So I found it under my towel. It's like, where the heck did that come from? It's a little cold here. Well, I doubt there's too many of those floating around in Wisconsin yet, but it depends where you are, I guess. Alright, close this up. Okay, Ellison is so surly it's hilarious. There you go. His favorite version of I Have No Mouth is in the video game where he does some voice work, he even wrote a new ending. Sweet, very cool. Alright, I'm not ready to retire these gloves until they fail me. It is a horror book. Okay, very cool. Another new movie, fairly new movie that I really liked was Alita, A-L-I-T-A. I thought that was really good. Got me to get one of the books. I enjoyed that. Not going to buy the series or anything, but I thought the movie was quite good. James Cameron didn't direct it, but he kind of greenlit it, so that was pretty cool. Okay. Jeff Baker says, nice PM work on the RDC. Cool. Alright. Philip K. Dick is the best. Oh man, that steamer's working really good now. Holy moly. I doubt you guys are going to see it, which kind of sucks. Yeah. With the resolution I'm running, I doubt you can even see it, but man. Maybe it reaches a certain... The smoke fluid kind of boils off or something, reaches a good level, and it works really good. This thing runs nice. Really nice. And it's a CAN motor, so it can do stuff other engines can't. Well, let's hit the whistle. Didn't even hit the whistle yet. Wait till it comes by. I can see the smoke. Sweet. I really didn't think you could. All right, here's the whistle. Sounds good. Let's do a speed run. Smell that hot chocolate. Oh man, now you might be able to see it. Cool. That smoking unit, I'm really impressed with it. Man, we're getting smoke out the bottom of the locomotive now. It's smoke. It's supposed to be there. Wow. Really pouring it out. Jeez. Yeah, we're getting some. Yeah, now it's good. Yeah, that stuff not giving me a headache. It just must have been that burnt wick or something in the MTH that I got. All right. Jay Carter says, I just saw this live stream, jumped in. After getting that wasp out of there, your stream is really buzzing along. Thank you. Contrast on the background has to be high, like in front of your tablet. Okay, to see the smoke. Very cool. So I'm pretty much done with what I'm doing here. Let me get here. Is there anything you guys want to see run? You guys got any requests or anything? The Alton set is put away, so I'm not going to get that out. But I got a few things out if you want to see something else run for a minute or two, and then I'll probably call it and make some lunch. We are at 1:30 here. I've had an awesome time. What do we got for engines to run? Let's see here. I wish I had a wireless camera. We got, I'll list off some things I got over here on the table. I got the Menards Chicago and Northwestern. I have some various Elko A units. I've got the EP5 from Lionel. I've got a GG1 for the Amtrak. Got some MTH newer stuff here, which sounds cool. I've got, you know what, let's run this one a little bit. It's been a little while since I run it. This is the 221 by Lionel, which is the Dreyfus locomotive. Blow some dust off this guy. All right, any pre-war to run? That's still a future project. I'll show it to you. All right, so I've got American Flyer. I bought this off Cabin Fever, but this is one of the engines that I've got. I've got some cars to go with it, but it's got really bad, the wheels are falling apart, so I'm going to order some wheels. So wheels are being made for, or, you know, they're available, but it won't even sit on the track because the wheels have grown so much, but that's a future project. Great question, though, on the pre-war. I've got some Mark's tin plate stuff, but that's put away. Wish I had more stuff. Chicago and Alton, sorry, that's put away. It is a good train. I love that train. That one's in its box. That's going to be my special kind of Christmas train stuff. It's super nice, and it's like I'm not getting it out because I don't want to run it. Just, yeah, it's one of them things. Knock the dust off of this guy a little bit. This is my first steam engine that I worked on. That was Lionel. Dusty from sitting out. All right, we'll get this pulling around. No main attraction here. Just the heavy weight of the locomotive. This thing's so heavy it'll topple over on the curves. All right, what do we got? We might have a short. Yeah, we're doing something wrong. I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, 6 amps. What the hell's going on here? There's really nothing go wrong in here. I'm very thankful for the reproduction people because they a replacement lamp, which is kind of unique to this. Somebody makes one. So, all right. Jer, I didn't get to see the boiler face, but is there a hole in the boiler face? Which engine are you referring to, James? Airflow smoke unit was a post-war thing. on budget engines. Okay. All right. I knocked something loose in it. This guy's got sliding shoes, so I've got the reverse unit locked out. Just gotta watch it doesn't go too fast, because it'll fall off the curves. All right, very cool. No smoke unit on this one. This is a 221 Dreyfus. Let's slow it down a little bit. Speedy is geared way too tall. But let's see what else we got to run. So we got a, let's see, we got a Percy. That's a Lionel. And don't have a ton out here. But, oh, let's run this guy. We'll run this one. This was a recent video. This guy, I added some details to it. I replaced the radio antenna with a chrome one that was, I'm buying some parts from trains.com with a Z. And instead of the standard big ugly bell, this is like a steam locomotive bell. It's like $1. This is like turned aluminum or something. Looks really good. So I have the battery out of it. I still got a problem with the horn. I'm not worried about it. Train Man 1993, welcome. We're just hanging out, kind of wrapping things up, but I thought I'd run some locomotives for you. This thing runs really good. I'm so happy I got this. When I learned that Lionel made a post-war Dreyfus, and when I figured out that it was kind of a cheap unit that wasn't really in high demand, I was like, I'm definitely buying one. So I love the Dreyfus look, even though this is really shrunk down and looks, you know, kind of comical, but I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. We'll set it down here on the floor. Very heavy, very heavy. No magnet traction, too old for it. That's like 46 or something like that, I think. All right. So yeah, I'm really happy with the details I added here. I thought I'd make it look a little nicer. This is the really crappy shell, but from a distance, you know, it doesn't really look that bad. It runs good. I'm definitely going to do a video on why post-war Lionel engines don't run slowly. They can't. It's too chunky and they're geared too tall. Yeah, she looks good. Use some light bulbs, get some headlights going. That's a cool 221 locomotive. I have the same thing too, but I have the wrong tender. Yep. Yeah, they have their own tender. There's 2 tenders possible, but this is warming up a little bit. Yeah, Dreyfus is an oddball engine that runs better on 027. Interesting. I do have 027, but I don't think it would climb the hill. Could try it. I'm not going to be buying any more of these switchers. They're not that good. I mean, for me, they're okay, but I don't know. They're not that, I don't think they're that great. All right, so I got a loop of 027 here. Let's take some of these off. I have no problem with the Dreyfus running on regular O-gauge track. It's got sliding shoes, so eventually I want to kind of do a hack. I've learned about how you can put rollers on it, or kind of modify it to have rollers. So I got the stuff to do it, I just have to do it. All right, let's see here. There, that's clear. Let's set the Dreyfus on the my 027 line here and see if I can actually, if it'll make the hill. I do not know. So the tender that I have for this is a non-whistling tender. This is 221T. That's another thing I found interesting, because coming from American Flyer, when I started learning about Lionel engines and tenders and stuff, it just really blew me away that the tender was like a separate thing. You know, like it was sold separately. I was like, oh, that seems weird, but you know, whatever. All right, let's see. I also have the DT and I switcher as well, but mine is an MPC era motor. I hope to get repaired soon. This is probably what this was, this shell, because it's got the cutout for the two-speed or two-direction reverse unit. Not two-speed, two-direction reverse unit, but it's on a post-war chassis. Like, yeah, it's still got the pull-more motor on it and stuff. Let's back this guy out of the way. This is the really crap one. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but if you look here, it's got like super glue or something, a whole bunch of glob, and that's why I bought that lot. It was like $8 for the lot. And I was kind of lamenting that it's like, oh, you know, shell, bummer, it's such a bad condition. But it's like, there were some other things in that lot that I liked better, some other cars and stuff. So it's like, it wasn't a loss by any means. But, yeah. But, you know, from a distance, it really doesn't look that bad. And the other side, it's like perfect. But yeah, I added a replacement chrome plastic. It was broken off, and the original bell was broken off, but I went with this small bell. I'm gonna buy another one of these eventually and put it on that the steam engine that we were working on today, because I just like the shiny metal versus the dull one. The one on that steam engine we were working on today was metal. At least it appeared to be. Where did I put that? Oh, over here. This is the bell, and it really feels like metal. I think it is metal, but it's like powder coated. It's there, you can see a little better. It's like silver. I just don't like it as much. All right, let's see how the Dreyfus will work in the back here. It's heavy enough, so. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Now the downside is I really got to watch the speed, because going down this thing will get too fast. Let's leave it right there, see what happens. It fell off. What a shocker. That's what I get for operating it on an elevated road. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. It didn't damage it, didn't hit the floor. No big deal. All right, let's put this guy away. All right, what else do we got? Anything else interesting to run? Kind of like this little Rio Grande. Well, this will be the final engine we run. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Area high says, all right, at least according to Tandem. All right. Steve's Train Room, it says, I have an Alaska switcher. Very cool. Do you have the post-war one that's got the little extra air tanks and stuff on the top? I think those are really cool. Everyone says, I still got a chuckle that the post-war E-unit was designed by Ives in the pre-war. Yeah, that's really cool. In all the books I've been reading, that, yeah, the design of it, the concept of it was, Lionel actually re-engineered it to fit their needs, but the rotating drum and stuff, that was definitely Ives. Let's see, Lionel Cohen Have to Do It brought out American Flyer after they bought Ives during the Great Depression. Yep. So really interesting. For those that don't know, when Ives went down, Lionel went with American Flyer in on the deal to buy Ives and to get them kind of out of bankruptcy or solvency or something, so they ran it. And one of the reasons, so they both got to design their own E-unit, use the drum. So that's why American Flyer also has the rotating drum on the E-unit. So really interesting stuff. Yep, 027 conventional speed is always a challenge. Yeah, for sure. Any marks? I do have a M10000, which is put away. That one's one that I don't run very much. It's technically not mine. I've been gifted it to hold on to and to take care of. So I run it every once in a while, but not too often. Let's see here. Let's see. Steve Train Room. Oh, yours does not have the other stuff. Okay. As I see it in the post-war stuff, looks pretty cool. Some of those big air tanks and stuff. Let's see here. I love Lionel, but started getting more into marks. Post-war marks. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff out there. And I read a book. Let's see if I can find the book. it talked about Marks too. It talked about Marks, Lionel, and American Flyer, and the fact it talked about Marks really blew me away. It's really good. I think it's which one is it? Oh, I probably was one that wasn't going to keep. I've got a stack of books that I'm not keeping, and some that I'll keep in my library because I buy them in big lots on Cabin Fever. All right. This book here, let's see, America's Standard Gauge Electric Trains by Peter Rideau. I'm pretty sure this was the one that talked a lot about Marks. It's one of them. If it wasn't, I apologize for that. I'm not into standard gauge. I probably wouldn't have bought that book separately, but it was really an interesting read because it talked about Marks and how Marks related to Lionel and American Flyer. And Marks, and I kind of knew this, but Marks, based on that book, said that Marks was an entrepreneurial kind of guy, obviously, and his job, or his approach was to make similar trains but much cheaper. And he had a few factories all over the place, and it's very interesting stuff, really interesting. All right, let's see here. Do you have any American Flyer pre-war O-gauge stuff? Yeah, yep, I do. One piece. So this is the future project. This is a American Flyer 3185, and this one, from what I've read, is sort of unique because it's got a reverse unit in it, or automatic reverse, or something, some kind of reverse deal. It's not it operates off track voltage, the reverse unit, but I need to get a few bits and bobs for it. But I think somebody's probably repainted it, which is fine. I got some passenger cars for it too. They're in rough shape, but that this unit needs wheels. And I'll be buying wheels for it. I just haven't done it yet. Now I got the puller, so we'll be doing that one. Let's see here. Ives is also where we got 027. Interesting, I didn't know that. All right, let's run the final engine here. And then I'll make myself some lunch. I really had a great time. I got better reception on this live stream than I was expecting. All right, so for those who don't know, this 221 here, this is almost as cheap as they could make it, but not quite. No headlight, no magnet traction, one axle driving, but it does have a traction tire. So it gives you a little bit of something. But here you can see there, right in here, we got two colors of wire. And for those that don't know, in order to do the two-position reverse unit, you have to have two windings on the field coil. Otherwise, it doesn't work. You gotta have the two windings. You can convert a two-position to a three-position unit, but you can't convert an engine that's got three-position to two-position. All right. 027 became because they knew people couldn't get doors for train tables, and it would. Oh, there you go. Yep. I understand what you're talking about. All right. So, for those that don't have any experience with the Lionel E unit, a two-position reverse unit is you power it on, you're going forward, you shut it off, power it on, you're going backwards. There's no neutral. This one might be locked in forward. It is. All right. Power it back on. Kind of goes a little bit in the last direction, then it switches. Sometimes they hang up too. Come on. It's stuck in forward now. Oh well, better than reverse. Is what it is. It's a good runner though. Let's see, especially for a barn complex, is that Rio Grande locomotive. It's a cool Rio Grande. Yeah, it's real cheap, but only one axle is driven, so it can't really haul much. But on the flat level, it's fine. It cleaned up really good, really good. I should repaint the black stripe along the edge. Yeah, it's kind of stuck in. Oh, there it goes. What happened? We're kind of like in neutral here. It doesn't have a neutral. I think it needs a little tap. Oh, don't knock over stuff, Jeremy. You'll regret it. All right, let's pull it back. That's kind of the fun you have when you're working with stuff. Let's give it the Lionel tap. It's doing that because the one axle. So there's two-direction operation. And after I say it, now it's stuck in forward again. Oh well, whatever. So the reverse unit's a little finicky. I'm okay. I usually just leave stuff in forward anyway. That's funny. All right, no sound unit, no nothing. I'll leave it locked. All right, I think that's gonna call it. I have had a really awesome live stream. You guys have been amazing. A lot of good stuff talking about. Sorry I had the lights shining in your face here the whole time, but that's so I could work. All right, let's go here. The smell of ozone, yeah, definitely. The Pullmore motor. I love the Pullmore motors. They're really good. That's a good runner. This is a good runner. Even though it's one axle driving, it's a good runner. That caboose, that light is solid on there. Really nice. All right, there we go. Cool. All right. Well, I want to say thank you very much again for hanging out with me today. This has been a fun live stream. I really should do it more often. But just kind of hit me. It's like, you know, I got to clean some cars. I got to hang down here anyway. Might as well do something and chat with people. So thank you very much. Let's look at the stats while we're all still doing it here. Not that screen. Not that screen. Oh, I closed out my YouTube screen. That was really bright of me. Let's get back into my YouTube screen. Dum-dum. Let's see here. How do I get back into it? Always something. Let's see. Let's go live. There we are. 11 concurrent viewers. 17 likes. Thank you. And yeah, 139 views. Dang, that's really good. So, Trainman says, thanks, it was awesome. You are welcome. Had a good time. Thanks, Jeremy. Enjoy lunch. Thank you. And again, have yourself a great weekend. And the next video will be on Friday. I try doing uploads every Friday. But I really good to have a schedule and stick to it. But we will catch you later. And thank you very much for watching. And we will end it here in 3, 2, 1. And end.